This is E, the non-algorithmic name. Thank you for joining me for another collectible critique and in my eternal quest for bankruptcy. Enjoy! Hello fellow collector enthusiasts, this is E. Today I'd like to talk about the Ryomou Shimei 1/3 scale doll from Azone in collaboration with Beagle, or vice versa. This is based on the character Ryomou Shimei from the series Ikitusen. I don't care much for the series, I won't go into too much depth. Long story short, it's just a very perverted thing and I find it very difficult to go along with the plot. The box, as you can see, simple blue box, very understated corrugated cardboard with the photo of the doll and a small faded backdrop of the character image that the doll is based off of. So, that was short. Let's open it up. So all the accessories have been removed from the box. Let's take a look. I'd like to apologize in advance. I'm afraid that my knowledge is a little bit limited on the very specific names of the clothes. As far as I know, this is based on a Lolita design. And for those of you who are well read, you'll know how strange that is. Let's get into it. You get two knee-high socks. Let's see if I can bring it closer. Get a girdle, I believe it's called a girdle, and a simple mechanism to close, not very stretchy. Quick note about this is now the holster, if you will say, for the handcuffs. Be very careful with this thing because it slides a lot. And I coated the back with a special material that allows it to, well, simply it won't fall off thanks to this extra material. If you can see very closely here, there's a lot of damage there. Why? Because I'm an absolute brute and this was the first doll I ever owned. A little bit of super glue fixed that up. Get the eye patch. Simple little eye patch, plastic. You get two gloves. Well, they look the same either way. Little metal component there. If you'll notice, the two middle fingers are fused together. The reason being the hands themselves, the middle finger and the third finger, are also fused together, as can be seen here with the hands. You get two hands for holding the sword. I believe this one holds the sword. You can see the extra curve. And a closer look at the fingers. Get two shoes. Platform, I don't know what the special name is. Again, a Lolita design. These are an absolute nightmare to get on, and they have magnets in the bottom because you get this as well. A flat metal plate. As you can see, the magnet is really strong. Well, I mean, it has to be. And a slight metal holder. I'm not sure what that's supposed to do. I guess anchor it in place even further. You get a headband of sorts. Two little ribbons, three tails, the two longer ones naturally used to tie it shut. You get, I don't know what this is, but it goes around the neck. And the connector is the same, a little metal connector. Simple click, and it's a small imitation pearl, I like that. The t-shirt, now. The t-shirt, I must say, is quite nice because, okay, again, it's got those metal connectors I mentioned. Again, I don't know the name. But also, I think it's been done quite nicely. Let me just close it quickly. Yeah, a little bit of a poofy. But the lacing and all has been done quite nicely. Sorry if I'm shaking a little. Unfortunately, I've got a cold. This is the underdress. I think it's called a petticoat. I really don't know. The connector here is again metal. And the black dress goes over the white one, petticoat. The white one I think just is there to give it a bit of volume, so it will stay sort of open like that. And this one has a zipper instead, small zipper. I like the pattern, the stitch work on the edge here. And just to show you, each piece will come very tightly packed in plastic. This is an example. This is now the sword, which you'll see when the doll's assembled properly. Dressed up. Comes very nicely packed with bubble wrap and a plastic cover. Medically sealed. And of course the wig. I like the wig box because they do keep it quite safe. I mean, it can withstand a good amount of pressure. Inside, if you can see that, that's sort of a double-sided Velcro sticker, so you can attach it to the doll's head and it won't fall off. Although I've never used it. Never saw the need. To conclude, we get a little necklace. And very simple too. Also inside, we get, I believe this is a warning booklet. Unfortunately, my Japanese is null and void. You'll get this, which is, I guess, an indication. So I'm covering the price because that's none of your beeswax. Show you basic information and all that. Maybe even for a display. I don't know why it's there personally. And you get a paper here. It came originally like this, a little bit bent, but I guess that's due to the width of the box. It could only fit barely. And yeah, there's just a small explanation of the different joints. And of course, you get the doll. Now the dolls themselves don't come with lingerie, just sort of came, it was part of the offer. And I think to fully talk about the doll, I'll just have to quickly do a change of perspective from the camera. I did want to just pay special attention to the handcuffs and the wig. We'll see that a bit later. The handcuffs, you get 2 of them. Each come with 2 keys on separate keychains, so 4 keys, 2 keychains, 2 handcuffs. Not much to say, they're completely metal and they have the same kind of locking mechanism you'd expect to find with a child's pair of handcuffs. Very simple to use. Just to talk a little about the wig. To prevent staining, people can buy these wigs. Unfortunately, I discovered this a little bit late. Not too late to save the second doll, mind you, but the first, yes. We all have to learn. Simple, stretchy. It's a little bit large for the head because it's designed originally for a dolphy, but I just put it like this and it works no problem. Now, back to assembly. So, quick change of perspective. This is now the doll. As I said, the lingerie is not included. That one I just got on the side because, well, it seemed a little bit redundant, especially if you consider the dresses themselves don't really have anything to... Moving on. Immediate comments. It's a simple ball-jointed doll. 3 points of articulation in the arm. 3 points in the leg, ankle, knee, hip. The middle, well... The main body is a little bit more complicated to explain because it has a very different system. But inside, there's different points of articulation allowing the doll to move in various ways. And finally, the articulation in the head. Many people say that they have a huge problem with the neck because the neck is too long and wide. I'd have to agree, it does look a little bit weird. But once you get it dressed up, it doesn't look so bad. Okay, immediate comments. I like the way that they made the eyes different. I haven't seen the reference in the series as to why this eye is this color, but I haven't watched the series fully either, due to its bizarreness. What else? Joints, very simple to move, very flexible. Yeah, listen to this. Those are quite tightly done. I think they make that noise because they're not secured with a screw joint, if you can see, like so. They're secured using a simple plastic joint. Why? I don't know. I think it's so you can bend it a little bit extra. Something like that, and it moves out. If you look at it, it's actually quite a clever and cheap way to do a joint. But okay, this is the real kicker. I hate that noise. Terrible. Absolutely terrible noise. Let me comment, the ears look actually quite weird. So I think this is just the best way you can see it. You can see the ears look very strange. But once the wig is on, you don't notice. You have probably already noticed the staining. Now, I wasn't aware of this problem when I first purchased or got into this line of doll collecting. But yeah, I was sitting down one day in a forum. I read that these dolls have a very bad tendency to stain with the wigs and the clothes, and I thought, oh god. Took off the wig and there we go. One thing I'll credit the manufacturer of Azone with is that their clothes don't stain. Dolphy, they do stain very badly. There are examples you can see and it looks absolutely terrible, almost a crying shame. And, well, that's all really. It's fine, no problems with the clothes, just really the hair. Now there are ways to remove this, and hopefully in the future I'll be able to tackle one of those videos. For now, however, I'm limited on time. Last thing I'd like to comment is the feet. The feet themselves have magnets, so they can attach quite nicely to the metal plate. Although the doll seems to be able to stand on its own alright. Not many problems. Plate's buried. Get back to it later. Okay, let's assemble it, dress it up, and we'll continue the review. Okay, so here you have the assembled or dressed up doll, Ryomou Shimei. I really do think it is quite a lovely piece. The sword is especially nice. The Dolphy version, I think the sword doesn't look as good. Many people have commented that. Quick points. The sword doesn't hold. It just falls out. It's quite a loose fit, so just got a little bit of a clear rubber band. I think you can see it. I hope you can. Keys and all, the metal is quite finely detailed, and the way it blends into the whole black and white, should I say, color theme is quite good. The hair, yes, it's synthetic hair. I think it's nylon. What most people do is they use a old toothbrush and they just, yeah, use that to straighten the hair out because it does get messy. What more could I say to add to this? Overall, I think that the doll itself is very well done. I think that there was a lot of detail put into it. But I guess with all dolls, the real defining factor, what makes each doll unique, is the face and the clothes, really, and the wig. But I think that you can put that in with clothes, attire and face. Of course, accessories. That's always important. So I don't want to rant. You guys have seen everything. You can check out the showcase video if you'd like to see more. There are other outfits you can buy, and I guess that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope this has been informative and useful for you. Feel free to leave any comments, suggested improvements. I'm open to almost anything. No swear words. Thank you very much for watching, and enjoy your quest for bankruptcy. I know I am.